To this channel. If you are new, please try to subscribe, like and share. Now I'll be taking us through circle theorem. Now under the circle theorem we have one called chord and properties, and we have many theorems, but I will start with theorem 1, and I'm going to give us the details about the theorem 1. Now what does theorem 1 state? States that twice the angle at the circumference is the angle at the center. So this is what the theorem 1 says. It states that twice the angle at the circumference is the angle at the center. What does that mean? If you have a circle like this, everything we are going to be doing here is circle. And if this is a circle, this is center of that circle. This is center of the circle. Now, this line that surrounds this circle, everything is what called circumference. Circumference is a line that surrounds the circle. Now that means if I have something like this, now I have something like this, pass through this one. Now I have something here like this. It shows that if this is the center and this is the circumference, because it touches the circumference, this one falls under the center. But according to this theorem, I said it states that twice the angle at the circumference is angle at the center. That means if I have x here, what will I have? I'm going to have 2x. That means whatever I have here at the circumference, I have to multiply it by 2 is what I'm going to have at the center. And why am I saying that? There's a proof for that. That actually shows that this, what I'm saying, is right. Now, when we have something like this, for the better understanding, we have something like this, and do not forget in our angle that when you have something like this, let's say you have a triangle like this, and now extend it. Okay, let me write it in English first. The theorem says in our angle that we do, the theorem says the sum of two interior angles is equal to the exterior opposite to it. Now, you have to understand this theorem also. He said the theorem says, one of the theorem of angles, that the sum of two interior angles is equal to the exterior opposite to it. Now, let me show you it. Let me show what I'm talking about. This is center. Let's say I have a line like this. I join this. Now look at this. This angle that is here. This angle that is here. In fact, assuming this is isosceles triangle, and the base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. These are angles. This here and this one are equal. The base angle of isosceles triangle are equal. Let's say both of them are A and A. A degree, A degree. Now, this guy is also isosceles triangle. The base here, let's say this one is B degree and B. The base angles are also equal. Now look at this side. If you look at this triangle, when I extended this line, if I put an angle here, this angle that is here will serve as the exterior because it's outside. but these two, they are interior. And you will look at it that they are opposite to this. That means, according to this theorem, that say the sum of two interior angles is equal to the exterior that is opposite to it. That means if I had this A plus A, that is 2A degree here. Let me just use 2A directly. If I say B plus B, this guy will be 2B. This guy will be 2B. Now that means all what I'm having here is AB. I'm having 2A, 2B here. That means here at the circumference, I'm having A plus B. The sum, if I add it together, I'm having A plus B. That is at the circumference. At the circumference. At the circumference, I'm having A because I said these two angles, this triangle is isosceles triangle, and the base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. That means I put A here, I put A here. And don't forget that these two interior, they are opposite to this exterior that is outside. And I said, according to the theorem, the sum of these two interior will be equal to this. That's why A plus A will be 2A. Now, the sum of these two also, these two interior here also, sorry, B plus B here will be equal to 2B. Now, I now add these two here. That's A plus B at the circumference. Let me add this one also. That is 2A plus 2B. Let's say at the center. Now, according to the normal mathematics, if I factorize this, that will be 2 open bracket A plus B. Can you now see that the theorem is confirmed? That means twice angle at the center is angle at the circumference. That means I have to multiply 2 by anything I see here to give me what is at the center. Now let's use this theorem to answer one or two things. That means if I draw, if they give us something like this in math. Now, before we now use it to answer anything, they can go further and bring this one down. If you want to get what is here, how will I get this? If I had known this, I have to know this one first. And we all know that angle at the center, that is 360 degrees. Angle that forms a circle is 360 degrees. That means for me to get whatever that is here, I have to get what is here. Because what is here will be working for this. And what is here will be working for this. Do not forget, I have to multiply this one by 2 to get this. Do not forget that. Now, anything that I have here, I will subtract it from 360. That means 360 minus 2x. This guy will give me 360 minus 2x. Once I got this, whatever I have here, I will divide it by 2. It will give me this. That means this one will give me 360 minus 2x divided by 2. That is what I'm going to have here. Now let's take a look at this thing I'm going to draw on the board. Let's say we are having something like this. Circle theorem. Let's say they give me 80 degrees. They now put x here. They put y. They ask me to find the x and y degree. How will I do that? With this theorem, I can do it. Whatever that is here, do not forget, if at here there is 80 degrees, and label it anyhow. Now, the angle here, how do we write it mathematically? That means AOB. No, AOB. AOB. The angle is always in the middle one. Any letter in the middle, that is where the angle stays. AOB is 80 degrees. Let's say at the center. Now, for me to not get at the circumference, that is ACB. That means angle ACB. What will it give me? Do not forget, twice at the center is that at the circumference. I'm going to divide it by 2. 80 degree divided by 2. That is 40 degree. So that means my x is 40 degree. Because if I multiply 2 by, if I say 2 times 40, it will give me 80. Now, how will I get this y? I told you, for you to get this y, you have to get what is here. And for me to get what is here, I have to subtract 80 from 360. 360 minus 80. 0, 16 minus 8, that is 8. That is 2. So that means here is we have 280. Now, if I have gotten 280 here, that means I can get this y. How will I get this y? That means angle ADB. ADB. So that means I have to divide this one by 2 to give me this. That is 280 degree divided by 2. That is 140 degree. That's for number 1. Now, it can also come in this sense. If it comes in this sense, we are still on theorem 1. I think they just draw it like this for us. You draw it like this for us. We are now having, as I'm having, they may even add whatever they want to add to it. Whatever they want to add to it. Let's say I'm having something like I'm having 75 here. 75 here. So they now ask me to find, they put y here. A, let's say this one is O, C, D. Whatever label is. Now they put y here, and they put x here. You now ask me to find angle. You know this one. If I want to label angle AOC. Angle AOC. Angle is always the one in the middle. And they ask me to find angle ADC. Angle ADC. How will I do that? Now that I know that what is here, do not forget when I was explaining the theorem 1, what is here? You have to get what is here first to have what is here. And you know that whatever that is here, you divide it by 2, it will give you this. That shows that here now will be 75 times 2. Because I have to divide whatever that is here by 2 to have this. 75 times 2 is what? That's 2 times 5, 10, keep 1, 2 times 7, 40 plus 1, that is 150. So here we're going to have 150 here. If I have 150 here, and you know how will I get this one? That means I have to subtract this one from 360 to get this. That's angle AOC. Angle AOC. Angle AOC, that would be 360 degrees minus 150 degrees. 360 minus 150. 0 is 1. That's 210. That means if this guy is 210, if the S is 210 here, how will I get this? Do not forget that twice angle at the center is angle at the circumference. But this is angle at the circumference, this center. It doesn't mean that this angle must be here or be here. It can be at any point at the circumference. And so far you have this one at the center, it's working with any angle at the circumference around it. Do not forget, twice angle at the circumference is angle at the center. That means for me to get this y, I have to divide this one by 2. Because whatever is here at the circumference, I have to multiply by 2 to know the one at the center. So this one, for me to get this angle ADC, that shows that I have to divide this one by 2. That is 210 degrees divided by 2. That is 104. That's times 5, 10, times 105. That means y is 1 once. Means y equals to 105 degree. And the s is 210 degree. Now, lastly, how can this theorem 1 comes again? Can also come like this. Check. I say it comes like this. Zero is 0. 20 is 0. 35 is 0. R P S and Q is 0. Now, what they are supposed to find? They say find angle PSO. PSO. That means they are supposed to find angle PSO. That means you are looking for this. You are looking for PSO. You are looking for this. Now, while you are solving this, if you look at this diagram very well, if you can pinpoint this one, you will notice we have something like this inside this diagram. We have something like this. Now, when we have something like this and we have 20 degrees here, we have 35 degrees here. And I told you that these two, they form two interior. When they form two interior, and you can see that this one serves as the exterior, opposite to them. That means, and I told us that the sum of the two interior angles is equals to the exterior. 20 plus 35, that's going to be 55. 55 degrees. Now that shows that what is here is going to be 55 degrees. Now, if this is now 55, because this is the exterior to this two interior, 55 degrees, I believe I can get this now. How will I get this? Because this is angle at the circumference. This is what you see, is angle at the circumference. And I said that twice of this is going to be here at the center. That means to get angle at the center, I will just say, okay, angle at the center, which is POX. POX. That will be 55 degrees times 2. 2 times 5, 10. Keep 1. Times 5, 10. Plus 1, that's 11. So what is here is going to be 110 degrees. If this is not 110 degrees, do not forget this triangle is isosceles triangle. And you know that the sum of angles in triangle, that is 180. 180 degrees minus 110, that is 70 degrees. So what is remaining for these two is 70 degrees. Now, because isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. That means what is here must also be here. That means 70 divided by 2, that's 35. That means angle POS. That is P. Okay, we've even gotten angle POS already. Angle POS is 110. But even though we want to get this, just divide the 70 divided by 2, that is 35. 35, 35. So we are going to stop here for now and continue about it. We have many theorems. Please try to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.